Accidents. They can break your life almost instantly. I've seen a lot of them in my life. One might say I've seen too many. The early years of my life were similar to those of many other small children. I was born and raised in London, England, where my parents worked during the days and we ate dinner together most nights. Of course, I recall very little of this time. You know how early memories are. But I do have a vivid recollection of the day that my life deviated irreversibly from the storybook path that I had been on. My mother was in a car crash while on vacation with her friends in Africa when I was 5 years old. The driver was drunk, and the accident left her permanently paralyzed from the chest down and in a wheelchair. When my dad found out, he basically skipped town. He got scared and just left. In the past 12 years, I've stood by my mom's side, just us two, and I've watched her adapt to her situation slowly with patience and determination. But patience and determination don't even begin to describe the person she is. This woman, she's seen rock bottom. She's seen her life flash before her own eyes and has woken up every day since then knowing that time's just going by and nothing will change no matter how brutal it can be at times. But she wakes up every morning with a smile on her face, a big heart, and a dry joke. My life, since as long as I can remember, is composed of waking up every morning, helping my mom out of bed, and keeping on moving forward, one day at a time. I feel like I've had a totally different family experience than any other kid I know. Most of the people I'm close with have had parents, both of their parents, physically stand by them every day. And unless some sort of medical miracle happens, I don't think I'll ever know what that feels like. And it's a shame that I don't remember what it was like. I don't say that for you to pity me because it's not bad. It's just different. We've adjusted, and my mom's there for me in so many other ways. Sometimes I see her become quite proud of herself after mastering a skill that has taken her a long time to learn. Watching her learn to feed herself again, drink from a cup, use her computer, or even take photos was wonderful. I was watching her gain back some level of independence, which I could tell was vital to her. And as I watched, I saw that contagious smile of hers, and I learned what hard work and devotion could accomplish. Despite the obvious negative, life-changing outcome of this tragedy, I cannot deny that my mother's disabilities had a positive effect on the person I am and the adult I hope to be. Witnessing her challenge an obstacle no person should ever have to face has given me the gift of patience and acceptance of people's differences, primarily because I've seen how important it is for my mom to be treated the same as everyone else. Because of her, I understand the importance of not letting small, trivial setbacks get in the way of what I want to eventually achieve. I also have a good sense to bounce back and the ambition to find another way to get to where I want to be. The experience my mother had instilled an optimism in me that fuels me to this day. Leaving home my mom's side to come to Brooks was, at that point, one of the hardest things I'd ever done. Everything before that had happened to me, but this is one of the first things I was choosing to do on my own. I felt unsure and uncomfortable leaving her at home with caretakers I barely knew while I started a new chapter of my life here. To be honest, I felt pretty selfish. It was hard at first, but she insisted she'd be okay without me and encouraged me to make the most of this place. And that's what I did. Brooks is the best thing that's ever happened to me. I've made some friends, and I know I'll have for a long time, and one of those friends is Anna. I've had 10 years of time to come to terms with what happened to my mom. 12. She showed me how to function in the face of tragedy. She taught me the vocabulary of comforting grief so I can comfort others when they need it. You would have thought that by now I'd be strong, able to withstand the harshest of realities, but to be honest, that's far from true. It's been 4 months and 4 days since Anna left us, and I feel myself hurting more and more every day, and hurting for so many people I see around me struggling through this at the same time. When Anna's brother AJ passed away, we sort of found comfort in each other. But because of the magnitude of what she was going through, it was a little imbalanced. If she was ever having a bad day, which was often, and needed to cry or even just sit and get something off her mind, she came into my room, sat on the futon, and we'd talk it out, laughed about silly things while she told me memories of her older brother. The routine of taking her both inspired me, but also kept my mind off the despair of it all. At the end of our talk, she'd smile and say, "Thanks, Chats. Feel a little better." She had the same smile as my mom, contagious, and she never failed to smile no matter how horrible she felt. That always left me in good spirits. Even in that awful and sad part of her life, she still got through, she still got through every day with that smile. I felt honored to be around someone like her. Even in the darkest of times, her strength shined through. I knew she always saw the light at the end of the tunnel. It's hard to even begin to explain some of the things that go through my mind every day. All I want to do is hear her laugh one more time. At times, she was one of the only ones that looked me in the eye and asked me, "How are you doing?" I spent so much time being there for her, not wanting to face my own life, that it didn't come naturally to take care of myself. Now that she's gone, all I can think is, where does that leave me? My mom taught me how to be strong, and I passed it on to Anna. We leaned on each other, learned from each other, and understood each other. But without her, I feel blind. And I know I'm not the only person that feels that way. But that's a sign of the guidance that she gave people and the impact she left behind. But I know that time only heals these things, and a new normal is formed. I know that she, amongst many others, will help me through that too. So to you, Anna, I want to say thank you. Thanks for going to get Oreo milkshakes with me every time you came to visit in the summer. Thanks for singing along to High School Musical with me on the good days and letting me take care of you on the bad days. Thanks for chirping me every single day for not making the soccer team. But thank you for being my friend above all else. We were so happy back then. I'll always try to think of that when I think of you. And I miss you more than you know. Less than 2 months later, my Uncle Phil was working on something in the attic of his home when he fell off his ladder and died instantly. He was basically the closest thing I had to a dad on this side of the ocean. He was always looking out for me, and he was a man of few words, but when he spoke, they were always the right ones. He told me something after Anna passed away that I'll never forget. He said, "I promise you, Chatham, the dead never truly leave us. A small part of their broken soul remains in their small part of this broken universe. She's still here and she always will be." I think about that every day. I wouldn't have gone through this couple months without him. Honestly, it hasn't even been long enough to start making sense of him being gone. And the story of his life and his meaning to me is a story for another time. It just all feels too familiar. This has impacted my family so greatly, and it's still so fresh. My heart breaks for my aunt and my 9-year-old cousin a little more every time I see them. And this first Thanksgiving without him hit them harder than we all thought it would. At the same time, with my friends still trying to wrap their heads around the tragedy of losing our best friend, I'm lost in the middle. I'm floating barely above the surface, and sometimes I feel like I can't see anything for miles ahead. One of the cruelest parts of accidents is that you wake up every morning hoping it's going to be better, praying that all the pain will miraculously disappear, and when it doesn't, that's when you become truly sad. While it's frightening to think of what comes next, somehow, in her own way, Anna, like my mom and my uncle, have prepared me for it. I think it would make Anna, the optimist that we all know she was, happy to know that our friendship is going to keep making us a better, stronger people every day. I never would have asked for it to be this way, but if this is what I can take from it, I will do my best. And I know I can speak for everyone here, saying I'm so damn happy I had the pleasure of knowing her. It's been 4 months since Anna left our friends, and 2 months since my uncle left my family, and each day has felt like a lifetime. Shitty things happen, you can't control it, and if you live long enough, I can assure you, you're going to go through something tough in your life. I know it's cliche to say it, but you really do never know when these bad, awful things are going to happen. Take it from someone who's gone through it too many times. You really shouldn't leave conversations unfinished and things unsaid. Those are the things that will haunt you when you don't have the chance to say them anymore. But no matter what, you can't kill hope. The hope that's in the smiles I still see from Anna, and my mom and my uncle every day. So I stand before you today and see each of your faces, and I offer you hope. Hope of going to the college of your dreams, making friends and memories that will last a lifetime, and experience things you'll never forget. After all, we're only in high school, and hope is all we got. Accidents happen, but it's how we bounce back from that counts the most. Thank you.